Hello? Is anyone there? Yeah, this isn't a phone call. Hi. I wonder if there's anyone actually watching this. Yeah, I was just hearing myself for a second. I had to mute that. Yeah, so I think we are set to stream. I see one concurrent viewer. Oh my God, Alex? Of course it's Alex. Hello. And we are going to start. Yeah, so this is Transport Fever 2. This is my favorite game right now. Sorry if the frame rate's a little slow. I'm on like a laptop. It's a gaming laptop, but you know. I'm gonna put this mic down. It's like right in my face. I can barely see. And I'm gonna close the stream. Actually, I'm gonna keep the live chat open. How do I pop out the live? There we go. Yes, there we go. So I have, this is my game. I call this save Japan 5, since this is my 5th attempt at building a Japan based save, I guess. And I mean, I've gotten better every time, and you know, it's not like role playing. I'm not like pretending this is actually Japan. This is just kind of the vague feel, I guess. I hope my mic is the correct mic. I should probably check that. Otherwise, it'll sound terrible. Yep, that's the correct mic. Okay. And actually, let's get some desktop audio. So let's test that out. So let's see if you guys can hear that. And tell me if that's too loud. Yep, that looks like it's fine. Did you think I up and vanished into the chat? I have no clue where you might have gone. No clue. But, okay, so, yeah, so let's take a look at what I've been doing in this world. This is not like a brand new start. As you can see, I've done a lot of things here in this save. And I should actually probably close my OBS window a little bit because that is annoying to look at. So we have this town. Actually, it's more of a city, I guess. Musashimuryama, where this is actually one of my favorites that I've been building in. I'm going to just take you on a tour. Before I get into that, I'm actually going to take you on a little tour of my railroad network and kind of a little history. So here is kind of where I started doing stuff. I kind of found some interest in this like chain of islands here. It's actually completely disconnected from the mainland. The only connection, actually, there's not a single road connection right now, but there is a rail connection. Oh, someone's pinging me on Discord. I should probably check that. Nope, nothing important. And nobody responding to my... Okay. Yes, so this is the island of... I'm going to call it the island... of Oyamashima, because we got this mountain here. It's not really much of a mountain, but it's a mountain nonetheless. We have 4 distinct cities on this island, and I kind of started building stuff in these 2 cities. I have Itoshima and Oyama, and actually, the first thing I built was freight. I don't usually do that, but actually the first thing I did was build freight. And the thing is that I'm not running much actual freight on this save. My game just froze a bit. There we go. Not as much as I probably... Oh, no. Okay, hold up. The game really loves to just do shit that makes absolutely no sense physically. Yes, so... so this city, okay, wait, hold up. I keep getting distracted by actually, that's fine. This city is, okay, so there's a weird thing with the way this game deals with town growth. Every single city, at least, I think maybe a mod is breaking it, but, right, I have it so basically every city is turning into some giant Manhattan-esque metropolis. Which is not how it works in real life, but that's just how the game decided to do it. I think I have a mod that might be causing that. I should probably disable next to my play, but otherwise, Yeah, and I'm not even providing much cargo to really any of these cities. It's mostly just passenger stuff that's boosting the populations to upwards of 1,500, 2,000. Yeah, so let's check in on how many people we have watching. Three. We have 3 people watching. That is a whole 3 people that I was not expecting to watch. So we have this city here, Shirakawa. This is my favorite of the 4 cities on this island. You know, technically it's 3 islands because one of the first things I did is that I kind of made a little channel here. This was actually, I think this was here before, but I deepened it so that ships can get through. And I also deepened this so ships could get through. And so I kind of separated them a bit. And if I wanted to, I could probably put a channel here just to make that an easy connection. But I don't really have any ports on these islands of what is happening here. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. And so, yeah, so I kind of have these 4 distinctive cities. And my favorite, Shirakawa, this one I've really put a lot of work into. I have a streetcar loop that loops downtown here, and then I have the station, which admittedly needs an upgrade. I've started using what I call freestyle stations, or that's what the mod is called, where you can just build stations like you build tracks, and I love it. It's great. It's much better than modular stations. It's not as flexible. It's more flexible than modular stations, but it does have a few features missing that I wish were there. But otherwise, it's very nice. It's a little glitchy, but it works well. So that's, I can build a station and I just tell it where the end of the platform and stuff, and it makes the station. So it's very nice mod. Very nice mod. Oh wow, lots of traffic happening here. Yeah, so I like this. I need to upgrade the station at some point. It's actually not that chock full of people. I think mostly because people who come from Itoshima take the Itoshima high-speed line, which is here. I built using a mod that gives you roads that look like tracks. I've built kind of an interurban light rail system that goes underneath the bay here and comes over to Shirakawa. So that's probably getting a lot of passengers. It's a little busy, but I need to, because I have 2 different lines coming through here, and it gets a little clogged up sometimes. It's only a 2-track line. I should upgrade it to 4, but I do have a tunnel up here, so I'd probably upgrade the line. Maybe the thing is that it's kind of, we have some big constraints here, so I might actually just make a parallel line. That's the express line, so I can have some more capacity. But yeah, so I've really chocked these cities full of railroad shit. So Okuizumo is one of the biggest examples of this. Little bit of free infrastructure here and there. I have a cool junction here where I've actually bridged over a road that I built. I keep getting on tangents because I keep mentioning different things, and then I have to explain the different thing that I mentioned, because this tangent is going to be about this bridge. This bridge I built because I realized if you're in Oyama and you want to get to Okuizumo, you're going to want to go over this bridge. Okay, there wasn't a bridge, but you're going to want to go over this distance instead of going all the way around, which is what the line used to do, or still does. The main line, which is the Eastern Rail Line's main line, that goes into Shirakawa and then comes with a tunnel underneath this little bay, I guess, and then comes down into Okuizumo. But I was like, okay, that's a little roundabout for someone who's trying to get from here to there. So I built a bridge, and didn't really have the whole head cannon sorted out when I built the bridge. But I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do the service pattern, because I have this station here and it serves all the Eastern Rail Line stuff, and then a little industrial short line that goes to the factory over here, because I have a mod that lets workers go to factories as well as the stuff in the city. So they go to work outside of the city, which is pretty cool. That makes makes for some interesting, more realistic service patterns and station layouts. So yeah, I built this bridge, didn't really know what to do with service pattern. For a while there was nothing, and then eventually I decided, okay. I built a connection here. I built a line that came off of, let's get my track. Built a line that came off of this and connected to that, like something like that. So trains could come from Oyama Central and go onto the bridge. But I realized that was kind of a weird thing to do. To have a special service that just skips this town, it just felt weird. Like, I mean, I could say, for example, have an express service that, stops only here, and here, and then skips a town but here. But the thing is that because my towns are so big, each one of them is gigantic and has so many people, there's not really much express service that you can really do in a realistic manner, because otherwise you're just skipping towns, at random. You're not really actually picking them because of the amount of people that are going there. And so I decided that no, that was probably not a good idea. I did run a service, but it was a service that ran from Okuizumo, Oyama, and then came down on this spur and then terminated at Kokubunji Central, which is actually one of my favorite stations that I built. It's a very, very compact 2-track station. I love it. It's like almost like a Chestnut Hill West. If you know that, it's a regional rail station in Philadelphia. I really love this little compact design that's sandwiched between 2 roads. But that was kind of a weird service because it results in a lot of transfers here because people are trying to get fast from here to here but still want to continue on this way. So I decided that was not so much a good idea eventually. And so I discontinued that service, got rid of the connection, and then started to develop a little headcanon about what this service would be. So once I got the Freestyle Stations mod, I realized that I had a lot more flexibility because I built this line here as kind of a old line. I was like, okay, this is what the line used to do before it tunneled through the mountains here. So it's an all above, it's not no tunnel sections, just actually, honestly, it's more direct into town than this line is. And actually, there's a really sharp curve here that really should not be as sharp as it is. But I built this line as kind of a historically old line into town. And I'd say, okay, it's not the way freight trains get into town. But I never really developed that idea because I wasn't running any freight down it. It's just kind of a prop at that point. So I decided that the OK Railroad, the Okuizumo Railroad, the OK Railroad, because funny name, we're gonna essentially take over, or I guess build the bridge. They're the ones who built the bridge. They wanted to make a service direct from Okuizumo, Oyama, and then Kokubunji. They wanted their own service, and that was not part of Eastern Rail Lines. It would use Eastern Rail Lines right of way over the bridge. I'm thinking of building a new bridge just to make it more realistic, where they actually don't share any right of way. They just have parallel stations. So just a competing railroad. Hey Scott, how's it going? Thank you for watching me ramble. So the OK Railroad, they build this station here, Settle Park. This is a weird station. It's out of town. Okay, it's in town, but it's out of town, technically. It's across the railroad tracks from downtown. It's not a good location. It's a terrible location. It's a very small station. Okay, well, I tried to put a level crossing here on the tracks for people to walk across, but it crashed the game, so I put an underpass here. So this is a weird station. Doesn't even have any roofs or anything. But I decided, okay, it kind of makes sense. They want they don't really need a station in Oyama. Their service, their priority, okay, they kind of do need a station, but their priority is getting people from Okuizumo to points across the water quicker then the Eastern Rail Lines can do it in this loop-de-loop around. So they're like, okay, we'll put a... Yeah, because they realize that people in Oyama, if they're getting to Oyama, they're probably not going to... They'll probably just deal with this. But they want to get across the water into Kokubunji, and they're going to want to take this because it's faster. So, very weird stop outside of town because they don't really have a way... They're not going to build all the way around here just to put a station in downtown. They're going to just kind of stop outside of town. Just to make another... This station is new. This is Tahara. It's just kind of the name I came up with for it. Another supplemental station for the railroad just to kind of get these people here. And then straight over here to the bridge. And across the river, stopping at all the stations on the way. All the stations. And then straight here, there's another station here, Susaki. This is just another interim station before the terminus. And yeah, that was kind of my little idea, to kind of make a little bit more sense of what I had built. Because in this game, half of the time is me figuring out, okay, I built something. What am I going to do with this? Like, how am I going to actually deal with services over this in a fashion that makes sense? And that's kind of what I'm kind of, struggling with this line here that goes underneath in a bridge. I think it's a pretty cool looking line. It's kind of a bypass because here we have, this originally was just a Y junction. Actually, you can see they built a road into it now. This was originally a Y junction, so you could actually go both directions. But I realized that if this is being only run on by the OK Railroad, they're just going to go straight onto the bridge. They don't need a track going this way because they're not going that way. So I've kind of come to realize that this can be just kind of the freight. There can be like a freight terminal, I guess here or something like that. But it kind of doesn't really make sense to put one there because it doesn't really make sense to put one there. I think it makes more sense to put one like here. But yeah, so anyway, I built this kind of spur, this kind of bypass of Oyama that is there. It's not used by anything. No lines run on it. But I'll figure out something for it sometime. I think I'll use it as like a way for freight trains to get directly from across the water to this new terminal I've built. That's kind of what I think the purpose is right now. Once I start doing it. I never get to actually doing freight. That's the thing. I never feel like wanting to do freight operations because they're not as fun as building passenger operations. Even though in concept they're pretty similar, but the fun thing about passenger operations is you can kind of just drop stations places and make a nice, transit line through a town, or it's more fun for me to do passenger operations. In this game, the way I play is mostly passenger operations. That's just kind of my focus. And also this freight terminal, it's one of the first things I built. Makes absolutely no sense. There's no reason for this to exist because it's a huge terminus. It's got 4 tracks with a 5th track for the passenger line. 4 tracks. This place requires coal and iron ore. And there's nowhere on there's no reason. There's coal here. But like, you're not going to have a freight train going that short distance. There's no reason to ship steel in this direction at all. There's nothing that can take steel. I think maybe one thing you could do is you could have a train going, around here, probably over the bridge, to this port here, this freight port, and then shipping freight, shipping the steel to here, I guess, would be the next place where we go. So that's one thing I could do. At some point I'll make this city go to, I'll deal with Akune. But I haven't really I've mostly been dealing with the east coast of this, or what I say is the east coast. And so, yeah, so at some point I'll figure out what to do with that. But it was the first thing I built, and I've still done nothing with it. But it did make this kind of cool junction of tracks here that makes a nice, realistic mess of tracks that you see in real life. And it does. It is kind of a bit of a mess, but I don't have a lot of services running through it right now. So yeah, that's kind of this area. Another weird thing I have, and I still have running, is so I have services that terminate at Oyama Central. It's a through station. It looks like a through station. It's not a terminus by any means, but it has this line coming out here. This is the Itoshima Railroad, I think is what it's called. If I can find a train. Yeah, here is one. The Itoshima line. I'm actually going to rename this. This is going to be the Itoshima Railroad. And so this is kind of it's not really a heritage line, but it's kind of a line that didn't get absorbed into Eastern Rail lines, and it didn't get, I think they don't want to be absorbed. Still making a lot of money. People still rely on this line a lot, but it's slowly dying is kind of my headcanon, and eventually it's going to have to be either upgraded or dismantled. I'd probably upgrade it because I don't dismantle stuff in this game, or at least I don't dismantle stuff that I think is useful in some fashion. So it's kind of a weird line because it runs from Oyama, comes here, it's using some same tracks as Freight for a little bit, and then it comes to Itoshima, and then it goes all the way to Itoshima Factory. It's a weird station. I've built a passenger station at the end of a freight terminal. Just kind of a weird experiment in station layout. So yeah, that's kind of the line. It's it's got 3 stations on it, and it's got, the consist it uses is a single diesel engine train, diesel electric. Don't know what it's. I think it's like a D. What is it? D2 20D or something. I don't know. I think it's like a DF something is what it's called. And then we got some old looking carriages showing out back. So it's very much legacy equipment they're using on this consist. So it's kind of a simulation of a dying rail line, or even a heritage. It almost looks like a heritage line to me. It'd be more of a heritage line if I stuck a steam engine on it. But anyway. Yeah, because this is a huge town. This is a busy town, but they've got and also it's kind of stops, it's kind of stops in a okay location, but it's not really in downtown. So yeah, and back before this town grew, this was out in the sticks. This was not actually anywhere near anything. So yeah, the town grew around the station in a way. So yeah, that's that. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, the other one that terminates here. So we have a bunch of Eastern Rail Lines trains going through here, and then we have Eastern Rail Lines airport line. There is one airport for this all 4 of these cities, which is Okuizumo Airport, OZM. And okay, don't worry about the planes. I accidentally built small airports, and I don't really feel like building new ones. Right now they're running with the best capacity small planes, like how much 15 people. These are not realistically scaled at all. Yeah, I'm running some prop planes in the year 2129. So yeah, don't worry about that. This is Okuizumo Airport. Lots of people waiting for their plane, and yeah, so it's a line that comes and parallels all of this, but the mainline trains, they take a sharp right here and go into town. Airport line trains make no stop here, straight on through and to the airport. And you can see this single file mishmash of passengers filing into the airport Yep, I'm running out of space. I'm gonna need to upgrade these airports at some point. I don't even know if I have enough room on this island for that, but we'll figure it out. I'm not really worried about airplane logistics right now. They're not really fun to play around with. Yeah, so that's the way people outside of Okuizumo get to the airport. So how do people in Okuizumo get to the airport? They have a couple options. One, they could take the bus. There's a bus line that goes from Okuizumo Station, comes around here, and takes you to the airport. So that's one option. Second option, Monorail. There is a Monorail mod for this game. It works terribly. Not fun to play with. Very, very finicky. But I felt like building at least one monorail because I just kind of wanted to figure out how it works. So I built a monorail, kind of in the standard use case of monorail. Airport people mover from one place, from like, town to airport, or station to airport, or airport to airport. It's just very much a people mover type system. Has one station here and one station at the airport. No intermediate stations. It's mostly just because I got lazy and it's really not fun to build these stations at all. So yeah, it's not really used by many people. I think it's broken or something, but yeah, there's like one person waiting. Were they even going to the airport? Let's see. Can't even click on them. Yeah, so I don't know. I think some people use it, but because most people probably choose to take the bus, because the bus is probably faster, honestly, than this monorail. Anyway, it's kind of a gadget bond. It's a simulation of a stupid gadget bond that was probably built in like the 1970s, because, hey, monorails are cool. Let's build one. And they're not that cool. They're honestly really expensive and not that useful, and break down a lot, and don't really do that much that a train can't. So yeah, don't build monorails most of the time unless it's a specific use case, like Disney World, I guess. That monorail's alright. So yeah, no intermediate stops, just an airport people mover. And a very switches are so terrible with monorails. I don't even know how the hell they work in this mod. It's terrible. But I have a switch to the depot, which is just a regular train depot with a monorail track into it. So yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, monorail. Let's check how many people are watching. A whole 2 people. Oh, and 1 like. Thank you for the like. So yeah, oh yeah, and Alex asked like ages ago, is there a Thomas the Train mod? I'm gonna say there probably is. I do not have it installed. 75% sure there's Thomas the Train Engine mod. Anyway, oh yeah, I forgot to mention about the OK Railroad. It goes over the bridge. What it used to do, or what the Eastern Rail Line's version of it used to do, is come around this loop. Come around here, single tracking into the main station. Kind of a roundabout way of getting into town. So, I got inspired. I saw a video of someone taking what is it called? The Nashville country, the something star. I don't know, whatever. The commuter rail in Nashville, Tennessee. It's one line, only runs in the peak direction at peak times. It's terrible line. It's nice that it's there, but it's terrible service. Anyway, they have a weird station in downtown. They kind of have like a curvy little station. It's the old railroad depot. One platform, basically covers a level crossing as it comes into town, and it's on the river. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna emulate that. I'm gonna build a version of that in this game. So I was like, okay, the OK Railroad needs a new way of getting into town. This roundabout way, I don't think the Eastern Rail Lines would let them use their station. That seems a little too much for them to give. They're already letting them use their trackage over here. I don't think they're going to let them use the station. So they build their own station. And they have a little one-track spur, really twisty spur into town. The very twisty station. This is the really cool thing about the freestyle stations mod, is you can build a twisty station like this with no worries. Okay, some worries, but it works very nicely. And yeah, so I built this station with a lot of people waiting at it. That is concerning. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to up service on my line probably. That's a little too much. Yeah, it takes people directly into downtown, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the OK Railroad, and you can actually. So the one thing about the OK Railroad is that it's a diesel line. It's not electrified. It's using the old freight line, never electrified. It's using the bridge, not electrified. It's using their spur, not electrified. It used to use this freight trackage, not electrified. The only portion that's electrified is the portion that it shares with the Eastern Rail Lines. and also the spur into Okuizumo. I actually honestly might de-electrify this. I might get rid of the Eastern Rail Line service that runs into it, because it doesn't make much sense. Yeah, might get rid of that. The thing is, I'm a little worried about people transferring too much here. The thing is, people already transfer too much here, and I don't want to exasperate that at Kokubunji Junction. So I'm going to hold off on that. But yeah, they are diesel trains. I just kind of wanted a use case for diesel trains in this game, even though diesel trains are usually not desirable because they are bad for the planet and for my ears. And for operations, they are not fun. Anyway, diesel train here. You know, actually, let's press play. It's good. Very nice looking train. It's very loud. And not very close. It's really struggling. Yeah, so that's that train. Yeah, so one of the cool things I could do with the Freestyle stations mod is I could build stations wherever the hell I wanted. You know, just kind of on curves and, you know, short little areas. It just was a lot easier, so much easier to build a supplemental station in the middle of the line that I've already built. Because you can just drag the tracks beside the old tracks, because these stations the platforms act like tracks, and then just, you know, customize it to my pleasing. So I built a lot of infill stations, I guess is the term I'm looking for. Infill stations here, infill stations here. This one's for a farm. This one's also for a farm. Infill station here. Yeah, this was kind of an infill station originally. Okay, and my biggest project was I built infill stations on the main line. This is a 4-track main line. Operates in an express. It has a local express local. I forgot the exact terminology for that, but you know, you have local stops on the outside tracks and express trains in the middle tracks. Sorry, slow, fast, slow is what you call that. And so I run different patterns of service. Oh, what is happening here? We have a hold up. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have a hold up here. Actually, no. Oh, yeah, no. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of a, yeah, I need to upgrade this line eventually. It's getting some traffic that's a little too much for its capacity. Yeah, so that is what's happening there. So I have these side platform stations on the local tracks only, and trains can go through, and also trains can stop. So that's pretty cool. The line that is designated as my express line is the Okuizumo line, because it's the longest of the lines. This line goes all the way from Okuizumo up here, all the way around this little loop, all the way here, stops at most of the major stations, stops all of these stations, I think, which I think is a little... Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. Ooh, actually... Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, this is... I need to fix this. So, let's fix that. Stop there. And stop... Oop, there we go. Stop there. There we go. Okay, so now that's stopping at the stations. But it's not stopping at these stations here. You can see when I see all the stations it stops at. It makes local stops up to here, but it makes express all the way through. It's only stopping in the city. And I have a lot of infill stations I built. So I have infill station for this factory here. Infill station for this farm. And a couple infill stations in the cities too that actually are stopped at by all trains. Actually, no, they don't stop here anyway. That's me. No, that's not something I'm going to change because I built this as a side platform station. Yeah, most trains stop. No clue why it's freaking out. Yeah, most trains stop at the local stops. The only trains that go through are the Okuizumo line trains. And actually, you can see I have a junction here. This is Iwade Junction. have a weird town here because we have a very... the way this game does towns is not realistic in any way. It has very separated, segregated, what's the word? Zoning for each type of building. Not in any way how a town actually works. I mean, there's no mixed use. There's no, there'd be different districts of, there's a lot of commercial here, but there's still some residential on top, and, this is just not how it works. It's very simple to, code, but it's a bit frustrating sometimes. I understand why they did it. Very frustrating sometimes. So, yeah, we have Iwate Junction here, and we have a junction of two lines. We have the, what do I call this? The Okagaki line. Or actually, it's not technically not called that. It's technically not called that. Because I call it the Kumakogen line because it goes all the way down here. But it does branch off from the rest of the main line. And it makes an intermediate stop here at Iwate West, which is a bit of a busy station that I need to fix. But this is one of my least favorite lines I built. The way I built it was very simple and not very interesting at all. Very straight, very concise curves, weird junctions of lines. Yeah, I'm not happy with the way I built this one, but I might fix it at some point. As I say with everything I do in this game, I might fix it at some point. What I do like about this town is I have a really big level crossing across the main road of all things, so that's interesting. There's not really space to grade separate this. I guess I could make it, it'd be a hassle to grade separate this, but it's actually not affecting traffic too much because I do have a bridge going over here that some people use. I have nice bus service that provides enough that there's not a lot of traffic. So yeah, don't really need to do anything about that. But oh yeah, here's a weird station. So Iwate Mill had some issues with the lengths of the station platforms not matching, and so I just kind of decided, we're gonna have one here and one here, and they're gonna be able to cross over here. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of generally, you can get stations that look like this all the time in real life. It just kind of, little change up of the design because it's on a curve here, so it's kind of messing with things. But yeah, I like that. I like how it looks. Yeah, okay, so what happens here that's weird is originally this main line was operating with no express services at all. Because there was no infill stations at all, every train stopped at every stop. Oh god, we really have oh god. This is a backup all the way down the line. What is causing this? Hold up, I gotta fix this real quick. That train's going. Okay, never mind, it's fixed. But yes, so the line originally had no express service. There was no slow, fast, slow. It was it was one line going that way, and that same line coming back that way, and then we have line going forward, line going backward. So it's technically two separate lines, each with two tracks next to each other. But I decided I wanted to consolidate them into a single slow, fast, slow service pattern. And I did that. Problem is that the way I built my junction up here does not... Oh my god, why is it freaking out? What is happening? There we go. The way I built this junction... Yeah, okay, that works. The way I built this junction here does not really take that into account. And I built these infill stations before I realized I wanted to do that. So I decided I'm going to keep that service, that way of running the trains on this section of track. So you can see I have that one going that way, and this one going that way, and that one going that way, and this one going that way. That was originally how the whole line was. So I just made a bunch of crossovers here so they could get into the right positions for the new service pattern. It's a little finicky, but it doesn't seem to be holding trains up that much, so I'm pretty happy with it. Don't really want to mess with it. It's not an easy thing to mess with, and you'll break something or another. Yeah, so here we have a little interesting thing. We have 4 tracks. We have a 4-track tunnel, which is a little bit much. I think it's a little bit much, that 4-track tunnel here. But anyway, 4-track tunnel through the mountain, curving out of it here. Let's see it like that. And we have a line that comes off here from this right line. And it goes, so it's now 6 tracks, and it actually has an island platform instead of side platforms. 1 platform across the track here to get to the road for this farm, and then you can do the same thing here, except this is only 2 tracks here because the other track went off in its direction. So, little interesting thing, the Koku, no, not the Kokubunji, what is it called? I always forget the town names. I've been playing this map for so long and I keep forgetting town names. The Okuizumo line continues all the way up this stretch, and it actually goes left at this junction. Goes this way. Doesn't make local stops here. This is a local train. This is the ERL Northern Isles local. You can see, that's a local train too. And then it stops at the station for Iyama, and then it stops at Kasai. Doesn't make any other stops, but that's the terminus. Terminates here. That's why this is practically going all the way across the map. This is a long service. Very long service. So that's why it makes express, uses an express service pattern, because otherwise it'd be a very long trip. So that's why people who want to get from here to, I don't know, this station here. They want to get to Watermill. Maybe they work there. Well, in this game, they'd have to work there in order to go there. You'd have to catch the... actually, there's not many options here. You'd have to... Well, you have to make a transfer. You have to catch the long-distance train through this junction here, and then you transfer either at any of these stations, probably most likely this station. Transfer Rebun, and you continue on the local train, because the local train doesn't there's a local train running here. This local train, I think, branches off. Actually, hold up. No, you actually do have the option of taking it. Okay, so yeah, okay, so you'd actually have to transfer around like any of these stations, because the train that goes local is the one that goes to Yoron, which is over here. So you'd have to not transfer at this station, but you could transfer at this station, Shika, in order to get on that train, because it comes into the junction. Here's another version of that same type of junction, because now it's 2 different tracks going in. It's a 2-way, 2-track layout, and so you have to transfer. You can't actually. Okay, here's a tough thing. You can't catch a single train direct from Okuizumo to this station here, which is a bit of a mess. I agree. There's not a single train that makes that service pattern, so I'm gonna have to play around with this eventually, in some way. I think what I'm gonna do is just have 2 Okuizumo line trains. I'm gonna have a local and I'm gonna have an express. So that kind of consolidates the main line into one line, and then I'm gonna kind of figure out my branch lines from there. And honestly, that might help by adding trains, but I'll also add capacity in order to accommodate those trains. So I'll figure that out at some point. The thing I wanted to actually take a look at is, yeah, so this is actually what I was going to look at the beginning of the stream. I didn't, because I got distracted. But I built a spur into this town here. Musashimuryama is the name of this town. And yeah, it's not really a mountain here, because that's Musashimuryama mountain. Not really a mountain here for it to be called that. Anyway, built a spur into this town, because when I built this line here, I built it across a bridge into Kumakogen, and it goes in a tunnel, essentially past downtown, and it stops here, which is way far out of town. And so I was like, I don't want people having to make, a bus trip every time they want to, get into town from the station. So I decided I was going to build a rail spur into town, elevated the entire way. And originally this was a single track spur. This was a single track line. This game, sadly, does not know how to deal with single track lines because every station has a signal at it, invisible signal. You can't see it. So if you're a new player, you don't even know about it. Every station has an invisible signal at it. You know, it helps if you're a new player and you don't, you know, you're not placing signals at stations like I do. I place them just for aesthetics for the most part, because you don't really need them, but just to, you know, I place signals here. No use because there's technically a signal here that the game just places there that's invisible. So I had to fix it because it doesn't know how to deal with it. Because when a train, say a train, it comes into the line and it comes and it goes through and maybe it gets to the end. Now you have multiple trains on this line, so another train comes and you would want it to wait here for the train to then come back out of the line because there's no room for it in the line. There's not enough track for it. And so the thing is that because this train can only see as far ahead as this station, it can only see as far ahead as the next signal, it just goes into the line, which is not what you want, because then if you have two trains in the same single track line going opposite directions, they're just gonna hit each other or get stuck. They're gonna get stuck. They don't hit each other in this game. There's no collision. They'll get stuck, and then you gotta deal with that. So after many tries to get that single track line working, I decided, okay, I'm gonna double track the line, and I decided to use my new freeform stations tool Freestyle stations tool to make this an easier process. So all I had to do is get rid of the old stations, double track the sections that I wanted to double track, add in the tracks for where the station used to be, then add in the station platforms, and then build the station, make the station appear. Honestly, really easy process. It wasn't that bad. I actually really enjoyed making that. It was kind of felt like I was actually doing like an infrastructure project. I felt like I was actually double tracking the line in real life. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed doing that. And so now I have a really, really fun double track line. And that's actually what the thumbnail of the stream is this. You can see here is the train going through. I just love this line. It's one of my favorites. And so, yeah, that's that station. Here's the airport. This is Musashimuryama Airport Station. I kind of probably need to make an entrance on this side of the station so people who live here can get to the station. Anyway. Also, there's supposed to be a road. Whatever. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I have a pretty extensive bus service in this city, so I'm pretty happy with. Okay. Hold up. Yep, I see the problem here. So originally there was a road here that I had to delete in order to build the station. So let's fix that. That's exactly what I was looking at just a second ago, but I was like, I'm not going to deal with it. Yeah, so you see we can't build it. Collides with the station. Alright, so let's fix that. Let's try... What am I going to do here? Let's actually just let's kind of try to curve it around the station. Oh, it's getting kind of close. It's very cutting it close. Actually, I might do straight segments just to make sure. Yeah, let's try that. And we are going to do that. That is weird. And it also gets rid of a bridge pillar that I don't think should be gotten rid of. Let's try this. I don't like that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try something different. Okay, so I think that this bridge pro is gonna have to go regardless. I think. Actually, let's try that. Yes. There we go. That's more like it. That is more like it. Okay, there we go. Kept the bridge pillar. So we still have some... The bridge is still kept up in the air. Well, it's not going to collapse, but it just looks nicer when there's the correct amount of bridge pillars. Bridge pillars, yes. Yeah, so that's nice. That's all fixed. And so yeah, nice bus network. That's fixed here because we have because it was considering it a turn when I got rid of this road segment, so it couldn't make a left turn from this lane, the bus. So it had to do the weird loop-de-loop here. Yeah, so that works now. Okay, so let's take a look at this other city here. This is Kumakogen. Weird city. It spawned on this island here, and it has no room to expand whatsoever. No room. It can't go anywhere at all. Like if it tries, it just can't. It can't go anywhere. So, and the weird thing is that the worst thing is that the residential section is up here. This is the section with the least amount of land to expand into. There's no, yeah, I could probably, like, in the future, connect these two islands and make it like one. I mean, in real life, this would, they'd start filling in shit, fill in land for more space. But this city has reached its limit. It's supposed to be, according to game rules, it's 2,276. That would probably be the biggest city in this game that I have. Maybe. Okay, never mind. It'd still be... For comparison, this is a 2,538 size city with enough room to expand to that size. It has no room to expand. So, what do you do then? I haven't really figured that out. Yet. But what I did do at the beginning of the game is I built this, what I call the port line, which is a little diesel. I'm not really sure what to call it. It's kind of it's kind of like a tram line almost, but it doesn't run with tram vehicles at all. It's an older. I guess you could say it's similar to the Media and Sharon Hill lines in Philadelphia, where it runs on dedicated trackage. So it's a little bit more than a trolley, but it runs kind of like a train, has pantograph instead of a trolley pole. This is running diesel. This is a little weird. I guess I'll call it a short line. It's a short line railroad. It has 3 stops as Kumakogen Central. Actually, this is just Kumakogen. And then Central is the name of this stop. Oh, actually, it's 4 stops. Asahikawa Street, and then Port. That's why it's the port line, because it goes to the port, where people can take a boat across the water to this island, which I actually haven't dealt with this. Oh my god, this is really growing. Ooh, that's... Yeah, this is why I don't look at cities I haven't looked at in a while. I'm just gonna cringe. Oh no, it's terrible. What are you doing here? I never approved any of this. Yeah, alright. We'll deal with you later. That's unforgivable. Ooh, no, that's not how streets work. I'll deal with that later. I don't really feel like dealing with that right now. Yeah, so this Kumakogen has this really cool little mostly single-tracked line. Carries quite a few people. It's actually it's pretty much at capacity. It's really small capacity trains. It's like the max amount of train I could fit into these short platforms, and I can't really fit anything more in here. So the thing is I want to do is I want to make another one of these, or some version of it. I want to make another line that kind of hits these points here, and then maybe stops here, maybe. And also I kind of want to make a separate station for this line that isn't Kumakogen Central. It's kind of a weird station. It's a big station, big buildings. So it's a little weird here, but it doesn't get much service for the amount of station it is, because it's all the way at the end of a bridge. You know, it gets one line. So yeah, that's kind of my plans for the future, is expanding that. And then the other thing, yes, I almost forgot. One of the things I probably I might even start on actually, is here I have the MMR. This is the line that goes into the spur in Musashimuryama. It's the Musashimuryama Railroad. Terrible name, I know, but you know, whatever. I kind of want to. It runs kind of subway-esque trains, kind of commuter, you know, fast electric trains. It currently terminates at Rebun, and Rebun is a packed, slammed station. I want to expand this line. I want to make it longer, because currently what it does is it comes from here, around here, hits a lot of points in here, and then it comes up the line shared with the Eastern Rail Line's line, and then it comes and terminates in this 5th platform at this station. Very busy platform. So it's going to actually be able to hold the amount of people that are waiting on this platform. Let's check. Yep, it'll fit them all. Actually, let's watch them get into the train. I guess disappear into the train as they do in this game. There's no animation for it. Yeah, so what I want to do is build a tunnel underneath all this. So I want to basically have it deviate here, so because it stops at Rebun Mill, but I want it to go underneath. I want it to here on these tracks. I want them to go down and underneath the rest of the railroad tracks, and like have a stop here or something for the station, and then have a stop kind of in downtown, and then have a stop up here or something like that, just to serve all of Rebun, because Rebun only has one bus line that comes from Iwate. It's the bus line that kind of goes between the two. So I kind of want to expand that transit, make it more substantial for how big this city is. Oh my god, stop doing this. Stop building these. Stop how you build shit. Don't just build straight into a mountain like that. Only I'm allowed to do that. Yeah, that's my nice little overlook that I built. This is going to be a thumbnail at some point if I continue this series. I just love this. It's beautiful. My first time foraying into just playing around with props. I don't usually do that, but it's fun. It's fun. Oh shit, we've been online for an hour. I've been streaming for an hour now. It's a new record. My video last night was only 59 minutes, so new record. And how many people have retained in that hour of streaming? 2 concurrent viewers. Yay! Oh man, oh god, yeah, the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit. Is the quality terrible? Please tell me if the quality is absolutely terrible, because I can fix that probably. I think the Wi-Fi is just bad, but you know, whatever. Sharing the Wi-Fi with like thousands of people or something. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. Honestly, we might even start on that right now. Let's do that. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I don't want to get distracted anymore. Let's just do that, and then we'll be done with this. So okay. So here, I can actually show you. This is a train for the Kumakogen line. Very cool tan train. I don't know. I like it. Anyway, so let's do that. I think I have enough room here to get low enough to make that tunnel. So let's do that. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of all this. Okay, you can see where I've done some smoothing and it didn't apply to where the track was, so let's just fix that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take tracks. Actually, we're gonna have to use this farther one out here, and let's see how deep we can get. Okay, so we might have to kind of do a little curve here, which I'm not exactly that happy with. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a straight and then a curve. So we're gonna do that. And actually, yeah, let's do that. That's fine. And then we're gonna follow that down. Yeah, looks a little weird, but you know, it's fine. And then we're gonna curve around here, continue going down. Yeah, let's do that. Underneath. And I think, I'm trying to decide what I should do. I think I'm gonna have a station that's kind of diagonal to, actually, can I get, oh, actually, I can get underground without even doing a curve. That might be what I do. Ooh, my game's not responding. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, this might be the end. Oh, no, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. Maybe. Oh, yeah, okay. It's just pathfinding. Alright. Let's do this. So, underneath. Yes. We can do it. We can do it. Okay, the problem is that clips into here, and all of my tunnel, yeah, none of these tunnel entrances fit the profile, so I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to do a little curve. Kind of have to play around with how the game does stuff to get it to work well. Should I use what tunnel portal should I use? I think I'm going to use this one. Yeah, let's use that one. I'm actually going to do a little bit. I'm going to do a 50 into there. Yeah, okay. So let's do that. And let's do that. Oh yeah, thanks for sticking around, Scott. I thought I'd lost all my viewers. I'm honestly not sure how interesting any of this is, but yeah, actually tell me is the quality all right? Because when I looked at the preview, it looked absolutely terrible. It was like blurry as all hell, artifacts everywhere. All right, no worries. All right, okay. So the thing is I can't do a freestyle station underground. Functionality doesn't exist at this point. At least I think so. I mean, I haven't tried it. You know what? Actually, let's let's try that. Can I do an underground freestyle station? Oh, I'm interested. I'm interested if this actually works. Okay. Okay, that's promising. All right. This is gonna you know, I'm saving. This is totally gonna crash the game. This is, oh God, I swear if this crashes the game. This is experimentation. This is a science experiment right now. Oh, the game is saving still. That's why it's frozen. Okay. Let's do it. Oh yeah, the quality is not great. Yeah, I promise I will fix that for the next stream. I think honestly, it's not my CPU. I'm getting a full 60 FPS on the stream. I think it's just I need to change the bitrate. Actually, I might honestly be able to change that right now before I crash the game. Let's see if actually I can change that right now. Let's go to stream. Okay, that is no output. Yeah, here we go. Video bitrate. Okay, let's put that up. What did YouTube say was recommended? 4,500. Yes, let's take that up to 4,500 kilobits per second. Whoa. Okay, 4,500 kilobits per second. Apply. Yes, I see it. It's going to 4,656. Okay. How's that? Is that good? YouTube still says it's terrible, but I think it's because I just it hasn't registered with it yet. I'm a little bit ahead of the stream, and you know, it's just, yeah, it's still telling me it's low. It might honestly not reset until I start streaming again, but you know, whatever works. Oh, it's frozen. Oh, did I break it? Oh no. Oops, did I break it? Let's see. It says it's still working on my end. It didn't break anything. Okay, it might just be registering the fact that I changed it. Yeah, it does look frozen to me. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna restart. Let's try. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna restart. Let me stop streaming. Let's see. Hey, can you hear me? So it's 0. I'm gonna reload the page. I'm gonna give me a new key. Oh. Settings, stream. Alright. Alright, can you hear me now? It says excellent connection. So I think it should work now. I hope. Oh, yeah, I see me moving. Okay, that should be working now. Yes, awesome. Looks great. Awesome, yes. I've upped the bit rate. That only took, 5 minutes to fix. Alright, so let us proceed to crash the game. Oh, man. Alright, once I place this, it's going to make the station. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay, wait. No, do not join. That worked. It made a station. Oh my god. Wait a second. What does it look like? I can't see. Oh wait, let me use the look underground thing. I have a little thing. Where is it? No, it's not here. I think it's in my. Where is my look underground? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh my god. Holy that worked. That is an underground station. Jesus Christ. I did not think that would work. Oh my god, does it... I think it even has custom assets for the station, for the track signs. The thing is, okay, what I'm worried about is there any way to connect it up to the above ground so people can get to it? That's what I'm worried about. So let's try. Let's see. There is. There's custom assets. Subway stairs. Oh my god. This is the greatest day ever. I don't have to deal with the underground stations mod anymore. I can just do that. Wait, where does that go though? Does it... Is it too deep or something? I don't know what that did. Connect underground passenger platforms to the subway entrances and the other terminals above and below. Oh! Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay. So you have to build a subway entrance, which I think... Yes. Yes. So here's the subway entrance. I build a subway entrance, and I connect it to that station. Add stairs or underpass to connect the station. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. I build that. Holy mo... This is the greatest discovery of all time. I shit you not. This is game changing. Because the old way of doing this is the old way of doing this is the old way of doing this is using the underground stations mod, which is the most notoriously finicky mod of all time. Okay, not really, but it's terrible. It's so bad to deal with because it doesn't like the tunnels don't like, you know, it's just not fun to deal with, and it's a huge pain to change it in any way. So yeah, no longer have to deal with that at all. I can just build underground stations with the freestyle stations. Oh, this is awesome. This is so cool. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. It was very, very abrupt. Just my roommate walked in. It's kind of awkward when you're like streaming and your roommate walks in. So yeah, I'm back. Yeah. So in the short time that I was on intermission, I've built this short bit of tunnel that's going to serve as my station. And then I'm going to turn and I'm going to go up this road here. Oh shoot. I'm building with station platforms, which is not a track. So let's actually build that with station platform with tracks. I hope that I didn't scare you off with that really abrupt transition to my waiting screen. I'm actually very glad I put together a waiting screen with actually, what is it called? It's not a waiting screen. There's a term for it, you know. A screen with music, with royalty-free elevator music. It's like my favorite piece of elevator music, and it happens to be the royalty-free one. So, what is happening here? It's not working. There we go. Oop. Yeah, so we're building this, and yes, so let's build this. The thing is with this is that it's really difficult to build a straight piece of track under a road because there's no way to like make it so it's exactly parallel. So I'm just gonna have to eyeball it. I think that looks good. Oop, nope, nope, come on. Yes, there we go. Yeah, no, that's not straight. you can see it's a little off. And that's not what I want. So let's, you know what? Let's try again. Actually, first of all, I'm gonna build both my trucks, just so I have both of them over here. There we go. That's my station. Awesome. And alright. So now let's build this subway. The thing is, I kind of like building subways that don't follow the roads because it's easier in this game. Because you don't have to worry about following the road. But it doesn't make sense to not do that in this game because the road is everything. This is a very gridded town. So I kind of want to make it as parallel to the road as possible. And actually, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. Let's try that. Ooh, yeah. No, that's even worse. That's terrible. No. Terrible. Horrible job. I'm going to give it like 2 more tries. If not, I'm just going to build it differently. Maybe. That might. No. Do I have any finals tomorrow? Yes. Don't remind me. Do not remind me. I have a calc final tomorrow that I have not studied much for, but I'm pretty confident I can do well in it. But I'm still gonna study quite a bit tomorrow. I'm kind of a guy who is terrible at studying at any point before the day of the thing, or at least like the night before the thing. But like I do it on the day, and it's usually enough. Because I have no sense of long-term preparation for something. It's just not something I can do, and if I don't have the information in that day, then I lose it. Well, the thing is, most of the information is already there in my brain for the calc stuff. Like I already know pretty much everything. Yes, Scott, I know you're so disappointed in me. This is my trying to forget the fact that I have a final tomorrow. This is my forgetting stream. I mean, it's not like in the morning. It's at like 3 p.m. Actually, it's at like 3:30. So I have lots of time. I should probably go to bed soon. Lots of time to... Yeah, it is... it's not even tomorrow. It's today. Today is 4:29. It's already 12:30. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm fine. Okay? I'm fine. Alright. Let's try that. Oh, that's perfect. Scotty, you've given me some sort of magical power. That was a perfect straight. That was perfect. That is awesome. Straight under the road. I love that. That's great. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to not make that as long as that. Just gonna make it... Oh, come on. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go about there. That's fine. Oop, it's auto-saving right now, so it's gonna take a second to pop in. Okay. And now let's do the other one. Oop. Game froze. Come on. You can do this. There we go. Yeah, I'm surprised. It's running really smooth for, streaming at the same time. I'm on a freaking laptop, man. This computer has made me proud. Streaming, usually pretty intensive game, and not having too many hiccups so far. I think I'm getting a solid 12, 16 FPS, but, it's a game where you don't really need that much FPS anyway. So, yeah. There we go. Let's make the stations then. Thing is, I'm not exactly sure how much I want here, because I'm going to put a station here. That's for certain. I'm going to have a station here. That's for certain. Where should I put the other one? That's kind of the question. I think I'm going to put it like here. So actually, I'm going to probably extend this a little bit. Yeah, let's put it there. That's fine. Let's make it go as far as that. Actually, let's make it go as far as the segment goes. Actually, that's not right. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, like that. 300 meters. That's perfect. Perfect. So this is gonna be a short line, you know. Don't really need much. Just need kind of a way to get into the city. I'm just gonna terminate there. I think that'll be our terminus. Don't really think I'm gonna do any extensions of that for a while. That's gonna be kind of our trunk line. I might make a crosstown line this direction eventually, and then maybe connect it all the way up to here, just to kind of replace this bus service or something. But yeah, we'll deal with that when it comes. And let me. Yeah, I've lost it. Here it is. Okay. So I'm gonna put the stations in. It's very hard to be precise on these tunnels because you can't see them from above ground too well. Alright, let's see it. Oh no, I had to click the wrong tab. Nope. There we go. So I want this to be 120. Okay. So that was, actually I don't know how long that was. I'm just going to actually try this a different way. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to make the station platform as long as this straight segment is. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. And let's do the other side. It's about 170 meters in length. It's going to be pretty long compared to my trains, which are pretty short. Only 4 cars, so. These are 120 meter platforms by comparison, so I might actually be able to get some. I might be able to fit 6-car trains on this line. We'll see. So yeah, let's just make this station before I do anything. So let's get our platform marker. And then we're going to do our track marker. There's a little bit of a science to this. Ooh, I think I made my platforms not long enough. Yeah, my platforms aren't long enough. Let's fix that. Oops. Yeah, really hard to do. Precisely. There we go. There we go. Doop. And I'm scared that didn't do it right. I can't, it's not letting me see. That's the problem, is it's not letting me see if I did it right. I think it's right. Oh man, I hate that it's not letting me see if I did it right. But I think it's fine. I think it's done correctly. Actually, I can actually check if it's done correctly by seeing the segments of the track. Yeah. I think that worked. Yep, no, that's right, actually. Yeah, I can use the bulldoze tool. Yeah, okay. Let's do the other one. Wait a second. Why is there a tiny... Okay, actually, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Join. Yes. It worked. I can't see this section. Come on. Yes, okay. There we go. That's a station. Takes a little bit longer than typical to make these types of stations, but it works. It works generally. Ooh, I do have an issue here. I have trains trying to get onto this line, but the way I made this, I'm actually gonna have to make this a double slip. How to fix that? There we go. Still broken. Oh, actually, no, not that one. I need to make... Oh, things I can't make that a double slip. It's not... Alright, we'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. Let's try... that's a little wonky. I'm not a fan of that. I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that some other time. But for now, we have a station. Let's call this station something. Actually, let's call it Devon. Upper level. I like that. That works. The thing is that you know what I should do is I should completely get rid of this station, completely redo all of this, and connect it directly with, it has to be the same type of station. It has to be a freestyle station in order to connect to that station. So I should connect the two stations essentially. But that would take forever, so I'm not going to do that tonight. But that's something I should do. Yeah, I think that's where I'll end it for tonight. I've gotten this working. I've discovered that I can make underground stations with the Freestyle Station mod, so that's awesome. And yeah, alright. So good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you whenever I do it again.